The coffee is black in the shadow of my first model. The robot is extremely feisty, and I'd like to welcome you to the Thursday, July 24th edition of Modeling Blog Daily, where Bill just kind of rants. And today I'm going to rant on churches. No, I'm not. I'm getting ready to do a series of, a special on my adventures in modeling and why I do it. And that is my first model when I was a kid, around 7 years old. Anyhow, this particular rant is not going to be on model churches. It's going to be on scary labs. Now there's a contrast, guys. Last night I did one of the most fabulous sets that I ever did in my I had Lego has a Lego studio set out called Scary Laboratory. It's a 1382, 492 pieces, and it even came with a CD-ROM. No, I'm not going to show you the CD-ROM in this session. And it, by the way, the CD-ROM is part of the Lego Studio sessions. They have segmented ways you can integrate your movies with the sound effects of the spooky houses and things. So it's probably way cool if you have the camera. By the way, I don't have the camera, but I have the original large set. Now this particular model does build a large number of different alternative models. The one that I built, when I build a model, let me explain something. When I build a model, I build it exactly, exactly like the instructions called for. For example, now this particular scary lab, they had this thing laid out. When you were done with it, you basically had yourself a scary lab in the flavor that they wanted it to be, and that's exactly the way I set it up. You can see the only exception is I put the machine over there by and I flipped these. I put these on the other side just for cinematic effect. But I want you to take a note. The way they had it in the instructions, the way they had it in their picture when it was done, with the chains going down. Well, I decided that wasn't the way it should have been. And if you look, the chains in the instructions go straight down vertically. I think it was originally intended and designed with the chains to hook up to the monster's head. Yeah, that's a special, that's not a minifig head, that's a cap, a monster cap. That way, if you want to make a monster out of the director, have at it, because all you got to do is put the zippered hat on top, and you got yourself a monster. Anyhow, I think it was set up like I have it shown here originally in the design, but they screwed up when they took the pictures. You can see it looks, I think it looks better. With the chains kind of like wires or something, high voltage wires from the apparatus, and then the monster, I think it looks cool. I wish I showed it that way, but I didn't show it to you that way because, quite frankly, that's not the way they had it. But they do have some wonderful ideas, and I wanted to make sure I brought those out to you in this session. One of the ideas on the back of the box is a haunted castle, which looks real cool. And you can see it's got I think it looks great, with the gate in the middle and the skeleton and the ghost peeking around the corner. They have some kind of a mad scientist experiment. I don't know what that is. They got some. It's like medieval the medieval times, whenever they were doing all those crazy things with the racks and everything, because the skeleton's laid out on a rack, and you got some kind of a deal to pull. Who knows what it is? It looks kind of scary though, and that's the whole point of this. That's the whole exercise of this is to have a scary kind of a deal. Now let me show you some of the details that I didn't show you. Look at the decals that they have. They're all different, by the way. Every one of them are different. That one right there is, by the way, supposed to be a chimney. And this does, I'm going to try to zoom in here. Sometimes it gets out of focus. That's a brain, guys. In my review, I indicated that that basically you put a guy in, and then you close the door, and you ran the machine, and out popped the skeleton because he was killed. But also, they sucked his brains out of his body. And there it is, there are the brains right there. My beloved Lego sucking brains out of bodies, guys. It really is just like a B movie. And then when you put this old Frankenstein monster up there by the machine, that machine right there, and I'm going to show you the decal. They're not decals, they're painted on. That machine right there is squirting the brains back into this this monster. And look at all the detail. I mean, some of these gears, by the way, don't really turn. This here thing is just sitting there, you know, so you could put it anywhere you wanted. I didn't know what to do with this chair, quite frankly. I think it's they had a picture of a skeleton in there, but I put the skeleton down there. I think it might be an electric chair, but I don't know. There's another, there's a pumpkin head right there that you get, plus there's another skeleton head in the, and there's a scorpion right there. By the way, this is kind of intriguing. They have this, this is a slider. So the doctor, the good doctor, or the bad doctor, he can get to his tools and work on his beloved monster. I don't know what this machine does right here. And here, every time you go to my mirror, it makes spooky lightning and everything. Isn't that weird? Bill and Red having absolutely too much fun on a Thursday, wishing you and yours to have a super duper day ahead. And my robot says, sayonara, friend. Sayonara.